Hey guys, Mr. B XRP here, and welcome back. Today is September 16th of 2020. And before we jump into it, someone had mentioned in my comment section yesterday that I sounded like Kevin Cage, which I guess is a huge compliment. And the truth is, I got a Yeti microphone, and I did get the Kevin Cage model, and I was wondering if anyone was going to notice. So I hope it's an improvement, and that's a good thing that someone thought my sound was improved. So being compared to Kevin Cage's voice is a good thing. All right, so jumping into it, just taking a quick look at fiat leak is at XRP is at 24 cents. Nothing great going on. We had a little bit of a crash last night, which I'm sure everyone is aware of, but it looks like the market cap's at about 351 billion. Bitcoin is at 10,916. Ethereum's at 366. Tether is holding at $1. And XRP is just over 24 cents. And I'm not going to go any further down the list than that. Got a lot to talk about. So jumping into it, this came out from Bloomberg Crypto. India plans to introduce a new bill banning trade in cryptocurrencies, unlike Asian peers that have chosen to regulate the fledgling market. Okay, I've been in the space now over 3 years. If I had a Bitcoin for every time that India was going to ban cryptocurrency, I would probably have 20 Bitcoin, and that would be a great day. So they are constantly coming out with this. We hear it all the time. And the other thing is, you know, what we've heard from Ripple, and I think it was Dilip Rao when he was with Ripple, or it was Naveen Gupta, I'm not sure which one, literally said all of the banks in India are plugged into RippleNet. It was like all of them. I think they said 95 or 100%. It was the total majority of them. So I don't believe it, guys. There's a lot of FUD out there, and you know what? Whenever we see a lot of FUD is usually before some action, and I'm seeing a lot of FUD out there in the last couple of days. So don't listen to the noise, because it's nothing but noise. This is from Ian Northing, and you need to follow him at Ian Bins, IANBINS on Twitter. So follow him for sure. Great guy. Mamma mia. Congratulations, Yoshitaka Kitao. What an achievement. So it looks like, and this has been translated from Japanese. So we're going to assume this is correct for now, but we're looking for confirmation. SBI President Kitao has been named as new Prime Minister's economic advisor. So that sounds like an amazing achievement, and assuming it's true, congratulations to Yoshitaka Kitao. And we know he has a huge influence in finance in Japan. He's a mega XRP bull, and if he's the Prime Minister's economic advisor, that can mean nothing but great things for XRP in Japan and really in the world. So that's a good thing. All right, Neil Duncan had posted this. Why is Steve Mnuchin in every event held by the president? Why is he sitting right in the middle of this peace deal with Israel, the UAE, and Bahrain? Is it normal for U.S. Treasury Secretary to be right in the middle of everything like this? Let me know your opinions. So it is weird. I mean, it is. You know, he is sitting right there. What the U.S. Treasury Secretary has to do with peace in the Middle East, I don't know, but obviously there's a lot of finances being talked about. Otherwise, he wouldn't be in the room. So I think the implication is that, you know, that they're cutting deals, and I think that it's probably true, but we don't know the deals they're cutting, and I'm sure we'll see more and more press on it as the days go on. So Ashish Birla had responded to Brad Garlinghouse's response to India banning cryptocurrency. So let's go to Brad's first. Disappointing to see India flip-flop on crypto, hamstringing a nascent industry which could serve one of the largest populations of unbanked and underbanked citizens. Okay, so Brad wasn't happy about it. Ashish pops in and says, India could be a formidable competitor to China, but is taking the blockchain without crypto angle instead. So maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything, because every time we see India want to ban crypto, then they back off on it. And I don't think they can. I just don't think they can. I mean, people will get VPNs in India and buy and use crypto illegally. So, you know, then they're going to have an illegal crypto use problem. So I don't think it's going to happen. All right, this from Michael at VAL5Link. Follow him if you're not following him on Twitter. Pierce said that not only did she disagree with the SEC's finding that Unikrn committed a registration violation, imposed a large penalty that imposing a penalty that large will have a chilling effect on innovation on the part of the firms. Okay, so what happened was there's a company out there called Unikrn, and I think they had Unikrn Gold. Unicoin Gold is what it was. I actually had it. I actually carried this piece of junk early into my crypto career, and they had done an initial offering, an IPO. They raised, I don't know, it might have been 30 million or 21 million or 30 million, something like that. Anyway, they got levied a fine of 6.1 million and was told to shut down their blockchain. But Hester Pierce was against it. She's crypto mom, and she's for crypto. So, it's I'm not saying their project was any good. I mean, I don't know that it was really solving a hair on fire problem. It was a gaming and a gambling coin, but I got out of it a long time ago. And I guess we have to let capitalism thrive, right? So we have to let these things come out. People need to invest in what they want to invest in, and some people will be winners and most people will be losers. But that's the way the world works, But it's good to see that she's out there and she actually was against it. All right, so this from XRP Crypto Wolf. Morgan Stanley veteran calls XRP a clear leader in the cross-border payment space. Says Bitcoin and crypto portfolios offer a chance to earn 100 times. Cruz said savvy investors could apportion 1 to 10% of their portfolios across 5 to 10 cryptocurrencies. That's fantastic. That 1 to 10% would be amazing for the market cap of crypto if conventional investors brought that kind of money to the party. I mean, that would be unbelievable. So I have heard in the past 1 to 5%. She's saying 1 to 10%. I think in the next, long term, I mean, in the next 5 to 10 years, I think it will be normal for people to have 1 to 10% in crypto. But I'm more concerned about how much is coming in now between today and the next 2 years. But I think in 5 to 10 years, it's going to be perfectly normal, absolutely 100%. And moving on. Okay, so this also from Michael at VAL5 link. Today, Bakkt's Bitcoin futures market registered a new all-time high with almost 16,000 contracts traded during the day. The figure amounts to over 200 million worth of trading volume as per Bakkt. Now, I don't think it's any coincidence that within 24 hours of Jim Cramer going on Pomp's podcast and becoming bullish on cryptocurrency, that Bakkt has its best day. Sorry, I mean, I was born at night, but it wasn't last night. And I don't think that is a coincidence. So I think that's a direct result. And that's why I was talking in my video yesterday. What a big deal I think Jim Cramer coming out for cryptocurrency. Now, what's a drag about Jim Cramer is 24 hours later, he took a public, not on purpose, I don't think, but he took a public shot at Nancy Pelosi, which I think he meant to be funny, and it wasn't funny to her. And now he got all this negative press, so it kind of took the steam out of him, being pro cryptocurrency. But I still believe we're going to see a lot out of him. I think he's going to get backed by someone, and he's going to promote cryptocurrency. Quick sip of water, and we're moving on. Okay, so this was from the Digital Asset Investor. I was able to sit in also. There was a cryptocurrency conference yesterday. It was more of a investor cryptocurrency conference, and there were a lot of high-level people there. And I was able to sit in as well and got some questions in. But I'm going to play what Digital Asset Investor posted here.
I've heard you talk about Bitcoin 1,000 times, but I have to ask you, are you an owner in Ripple or XRP or both?
This is Tim Draper.
Well, Ripple is XRP is the Ripple currency. Yes, I'm an owner of Ripple or XRP. I'm an owner of Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Tezos. I'm an owner of the Aragon. I'm a believer. I think this is it's happening.
I'm a believer.
It's so important for the world, and I want the world to know it, and I want other people in the world to get on board.
Unbelievable. I mean, holy smokes. That's the first time we've publicly heard him say that he's invested directly in XRP, which I think was absolutely huge to hear. Tim Draper is an absolute monster. So he was doing a debate with Greg Kidd. It really wasn't a debate. They were really just talking about digital assets. All right, I've got some more video for you from this conference that I'm going to play, and I got a couple of short clips here, so I'm going to let them roll, and then we're going to talk about them.
make a great point around kind of the deflationary forces of labor arbitrage and maybe that coming to an end. And I'm, for what it's worth, I think I'm in agreement with you wholeheartedly that we've kind of jumped the shark when it comes to our inflationary policies. You know, the idea that we'll ever get back to the late 90s when we were running a surplus and talking about paying down the deficit. I mean, all you hear about is, oh, the deficit doesn't matter. You know, it's fine. It'll be fine.
And the pandemic has like tripled and quadrupled that problem. We haven't, it's like not experiencing it yet. And people ask the question, well, when's the next crypto jump going to be? And when's the next, that's, why is it going to be? Well, there's no way that we can permanently stay away from inflation while we keep giving out trillions of dollars and having to print more dollars just to pump up the U.S. economy. It's happening around the world too, and in other economies, and that's going to lead to inflation. And when that does, the last time we went through that kind of inflation, as JP said, back in the Jimmy Carter era, and Reagan came in with Reaganomics, it helped us to stabilize a bit. But we're not going to stabilize again through those kinds of methods. We'll stabilize because there are cryptocurrencies now. There are such things as XRP and Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I mean even gold as a standard. As soon as Elon Musk gets out into the outer atmosphere and starts mining gold off of all the asteroids that are circling the Earth, I mean gold still is an expandable supply.
Hang in there, guys. You got to hear what he says about XRP.
Supply. It's fixed. The same with XRP, and that's when you're going to see the true jump.
This is CEO of Link2, Bill Saris.
In April, that Bitcoin would be 250,000. And XRP, they're trading in the 20 cents, and people wondering whether it's going to get to 30 cents, and it goes back to 25 cents. There'll be a day that you'll be looking at it at $25 and saying, hey, I could have bought that back when it was 20 cents, or I could have bought that when it was 25 cents. And that's really the degrees of what's going to precipitate out of the inflationary policy.
I love it. So Bill says there'll be a day that XRP's $25 that you'll look back and say you could have bought it at 25 cents, which I think is fantastic to hear. And I've talked to other investors who are around, investing in Apple in the 80s, and they had friends that were buying up Apple when it was nothing, the way that a lot of people in the XRP community are buying up XRP. And he says he didn't. This investor I'm talking about, and he was a VC. Told me he didn't do what his friends did, and his friends got so crazy wealthy. All right, I'm going to jump to another clip that I want you to hear, and this is me asking a question. Let's see if I can get to it. There you go.
This is Miguel's panel. Do you want to have one or two more questions and a short answer response to that from Digital Perspectives and Mr. BXRP?
Yeah, I'll do one more, and it's got to be a quick answer because I don't want to shortchange Kristen.
Mr. BXRP, your video on. You've got the floor. Short question or long question, short answer, please.
Hey, JP, good to see you again.
Likewise.
Excellent, great to see you. And if Bill's still listening, Bill, you said you mentioned XRP at $25. I'm pretty sure you're going to be seeing that video all over the internet pretty soon. So, but JP, back to you. I had a quick question for you. One is, on behalf of the XRP community, I wanted to thank you for Uphold stepping up to cooperate with Flare Networks and the Spark token drop. So I want to personally thank you, and we really appreciate it. And we wish other exchanges would do the same, but they're not stepping up and giving us the information that we deserve as customers as quickly as you did. So thank you so much. And
thank you.
And the two quick questions I have for you, JP, are: one is the last time you and I spoke, which is about a month and a half ago, we were talking about you have U.S. equities on your platform, but they're not yet available in the U.S. I'm wondering if there's any update on that. And the second thing, which I think is incredibly exciting, is we talked a little bit about the future of Link2 products being available on the Uphold platform. Is there any update on that happening anytime in the near future?
Sure. So with U.S. equities in the U.S., we had a very big meeting with FINRA just a week ago. We're 2 years into a process that I would have hoped would have taken 6 months. well, we won't get bored. We'll keep persisting until something happens. It takes a while for folks to get their heads around, new ideas. And then on the latter one, I believe the link in the app center on the mobile app to Link2 is already live. Is it not, Bill?
Yes, it's live, JP.
It is. So I think you're already able to go find it there.
Okay. All right. And what I was referencing was, I know at some point that you guys talked about you were going to actually have the Link2 products visible on the Uphold platform, not the other way around. I understand that you can link your wallet to the Uphold platform. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's part and parcel with basically a securities license in the U.S. because it would definitely fall into the same bucket. So before we go listing clear-cut securities, I think we need the all clear from FINRA and the SEC.
Cool. Well, great. Great to see you.
Thank you, Mr. BX.
So the crux of my question there was it's expected that, and so obviously Uphold's waiting to get their securities license because if you look in the United States, you can see that they have U.S. equities on their platform, but you can't buy them, right? But when you can buy them, you'll be able to buy them in full, but be able to buy them in a fractional version, but they're not available yet. And it looks like they are waiting for their securities license until they can make that live. But the other thing that they're waiting for their security license to do, which is really what I was asking about, which I think is going to be a game changer for Uphold, and it's going to be massive for Link2 as well, is you're going to be able to be on your Uphold app, and assuming that if somebody was an accredited investor, you'll be able to buy private equity from private companies from your Uphold app, which I think is massive. So when I look at Uphold right now, private equity of Uphold at the SPV on Link2 is selling for 60 cents a share. And Robinhood was last selling for $15 a share, and Coinbase was selling for it was $28 or $35 a share, I forget. So when I look at Uphold at 60 cents a share, I think what a crazy buy that is at 60 cents a share. I think they're going to, mark my words, when Uphold puts private equity and turns on the security, the U.S. securities on their system, watch them explode, because they're 2.5 million users. So 2.5 million users are going to have access to U.S. securities, and then of those 2.5 million users, if only 3% of them were accredited investors, that'd be like 75,000 people. 75,000 people will be able to buy private equity in companies. I think it's a game changer. I think Uphold's going to be a big fish someday, and I think they're in a growth pattern right now, and I think they're doing big things. So that's what I found interesting about that. Okay, so let's get back to some more FUD. So Crypto Bitlord, and everybody who's in the XRP community knows Crypto Bitlord. I'm sad to announce, but XRP Ripple is a confirmed scam. After years of watching them dump on us and delivering nothing to the token, but shit, I've cracked the code. They don't need XRP. If you read this, dump it. I'm selling every last cent. F Brad and F Ripple. Listen, why would I show you this tweet, guys? Here's the reason why. Jim Cramer said something the other day on Pump's program that I have been hearing the digital asset investor say for years. Jim Cramer said how frustrated he got when people dumped stocks that dipped down right before they jumped up because they didn't know what they own. And I got news for you. Crypto Bitlord doesn't even know what he owns. All he talks about are pumps. You have never seen him ever talk about the utility, the partnerships, the connections of Ripple and XRP. All he talks about are pumps and dumps. That's all he talks about. And if you're a trader and you're not here for long-term utility, then that's probably your bag. But this guy does not know what he owns, and that's why I wanted to bring this to your attention. I know what I own. I feel very confident in what I own, and I will hold it as long as it takes, and that's just me. This was from Fiat Leak, and their Fiat Leak is a real XRP bull. Morgan Stanley veteran Zoe Cruz calls XRP clear leader in cross-border space. XRP, the ally it has chosen, and it is the leader. It is the leader in that class. It is basically the cross-border payments system. That was massive. Is basically the cross-border payment system. She's calling it. She's absolutely calling it. And Fiat Leak was obviously excited about that, so they liked it. This was hilarious. If you're not following XRP, the Standard Productions, it's a satire piece. He posts these things on Twitter. He does a coil block. And he did something with Brad Kimes and I just thought it was hilarious. These are pictures of us when we went to Swell last year. Breaking news, awesome. And I'm going to open this up and read it to you because it was funny. I mean, you have to have a sense of humor, guys, because, you know, we've been waiting almost 1,000 days for the new all-time high of XRP, so let's have some fun while we're waiting. Brad Kimes and Mr. B opened bed and breakfast in Liechtenstein. Catering mostly to fellow digital asset investors from around the globe, prominent XRP community members Brad Kimes and Mr. B opened the doors to their new bed and breakfast in Liechtenstein Tuesday. The Come On In. And if you don't know, that's Brad saying, come on in. People are asking us, why Liechtenstein, said Kimes to XRP production reporters. Well, we all know this is where we're going to end up, am I right? We figure we might as well stake a claim here ASAP. This is going to be a mecca for the XRP community, added Mr. B. And while it's true that right now we only offer booze for XRP holders to drown their sorrows concerning their lackluster investment, pretty soon we'll have food, music, lodging, the works. And this shows the club at the end. The 589 Club, an elaborate bar within Mr. B and Brad Kimes' new Come On In Liechtenstein. Also, at present, the pain-easing liquor is the only offering at the XRP-inspired bed and breakfast. According to the duo, the piece de resistance of the inn will be the Ripple-inspired theme rooms, the Brad Garlinghouse room and the David Schwartz room being the two most exclusive. Imagine showing your wife a huge David Schwartz mural on the ceiling above the bed, said Kimes. What could be more romantic? Come on in. So absolutely hilarious, and shout out to XRP Standard Productions. That guy, if you're not watching him on Twitter, he works hard. I mean, he does this day in and day out. I give him credit because he never misses a day, and he deserves credit. He really, really does. All right, this I saw posted by Christopher Green. Freedom is more important than money. And let me tell you something. I disagree with him on part of this. You know, freedom is more important than a Lamborghini. I can tell you that. But freedom comes from money, unless you want to live in the streets, okay? So what I would say instead is the best thing money can buy you is your freedom. Not freedom is more important than money. So pay attention, because when you find yourself someday sitting on a bunch of money, don't buy a bunch of things that are going to make you a slave to creditors someday. Be sure that you buy your freedom first, and then spoil yourself and live a great life. And I think that's the way to look at it. This was from CoinDesk. Regulators in 48 U.S. states are to unveil a consolidated regulatory framework that will make compliance for cryptocurrency companies far simpler. Well, thank goodness. Isn't it time for that? Crypto Trader posted this yesterday, and follow him. He's at Florida Gator Trader. The UAE Accord today has been kept very secret. Let's see here. IMO, we're moving off the petrodollar. In my opinion, we're moving off the petrodollar to a neutral third-party settlement currency, probably crypto-based. I have heard people saying this behind the scenes. I've had people whispering this to me for years, that the petrodollar is going to change to a crypto asset. Obviously, some of these people imagine it would be XRP. There is no evidence to this, guys. But it's an interesting thing. I almost wonder. I guess he hears the same things I hear sometimes, but I thought that was an interesting statement. And the last thing, computer jammed up here. Let's see. Oh, my computer jammed up. I can't bring you the last thing. Let's see. One more time. didn't come up. All right, so I can't show you the fun and interesting thing of the day. Oh, here it goes. Good. I love this. All right. So to fathers out there, especially fathers of daughters, you're really going to appreciate this. I've got pictures of me and my daughters where I used to play the princess game, and if any of you fathers out there used to play the princess game with your daughters, you know what I'm talking about. Where if you win, you get a piece of jewelry and you have to put it on. And I used to play that game with my daughters, but when I see what this father does with his daughter, it makes me smile. So I'm just going to show it to you guys. She wants him to get in the puddle with her. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna drop the sound. I'm gonna keep playing it, guys. Thanks for listening today. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an accountant. I am not a bed and breakfast owner, and I'm not a crypto expert. These are my opinions only. Don't make any financial decisions based on anything I say. Hey, please like my video. If you liked it, hit like. If you're not driving, there's no reason why you shouldn't if you liked it. And if you're not subscribed, why not? And please subscribe. I mean, I'm like probably 500 people away from 20,000, and you guys can help me cross that bridge. And share my videos with anybody who you think might appreciate them. And everyone have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.